Over the past few years, I've spent over $2 million testing over 21,000 different Facebook ad creatives, which has generated tens of millions of dollars in sales. And in this video, I'll be sharing my exact winning ads, the framework, and everything that I've learned from testing so many different ads so you guys can copy it and just put it into your business. So if you're running paid ads or you plan on running paid ads, watching this video will save you thousands upon thousands of dollars in wasted ad spend and also position your ads to make you the most amount of money as possible. So to kick things off, I want to share the 3 formats of ads that are crushing it right now for me and all of our clients, where ad number 1 is actually going to be image ads. There's so many video ads out there right now that I find image ads are absolutely crushing it. The click-through rates are insane. The cost to acquire a customer is phenomenal. And again, I'll show you some live examples in just a minute. The second style of ad that we see working across the board is what I have actually created and called the direct response viral video ad. And if you're new to this type of ad, again, I'll show you in just a second. And then the third format of ad that is still working is the direct response talking head video. Although since there's so much competition in the Facebook ads market and all these 15, 16, 17-year-old kids are slapping up fake bullshit testimonials, running an offer, guaranteed or you don't pay, and I'll send you a $2K check on top for wasting your time. And let me guess, how can I make such a bold offer like this? Well, it's simple. 2 reasons. Like, we've all heard this shit before. So yes, while the direct response talking head video is still working today, I would implore you to try new styles of ads, because I love to say when everyone zigs, we want to zag. We want to stand apart from the crowd and do things that are a bit more unique. And to show you what I mean by that, again, I'll share with you a direct response talking head ad that has absolute crushed it for us. So this is an image ad that absolutely crushed it for my software company. Honestly, it took me like 5 to 10 minutes to slap up in Canva and throw it out there. And when it comes to creating image ads that are actually successful, what I recommend is, number 1, make sure it's punchy. People can understand what the ad image says in under like 2 seconds. And number 2, make sure to use industry jargon. So for example, we're talking agencies and marketers, so they obviously know what ROAS is, what CAC is, what cost per show is. So when you combine those 2 things, again, number 1, making sure that people can consume the image ad and understand exactly what you're talking about in 2 seconds or under, while also using industry specific jargon. Marry these 2 together, and I promise that your image ads will crush. And one of the key metrics to actually identify are your ads performing well is to take a look at the unique link click-through rate, which by the way is different than just standardized click-through rate. I want to measure the unique link click-through rate because this will show us the percentage of accounts that actually saw the ad and performed a link click. So if someone hits that link 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, it's not going to inflate my click-through rate. And when it comes to benchmarking a unique CTR, I like to say on average, expect 1% or more. 1% again is average. If it's under 1%, either your ad sucks, the messaging is not direct, and you're not calling out your target audience or providing them with an offer that they actually care to click on. Or the second reason that your unique CTR could actually be lower is if your targeting is not actually targeting your ideal customer. So again, you have a good ad, good offer, but it's being shown to the wrong people. So those are really the 2 key distinctions that unique CTR can help you see. Is number 1, does this ad actually drive clicks? If yes, fantastic. If no, let's identify, number 1, is it the ad's fault or is it the targeting fault? But as you see, this ad right here is a 7.21% unique link click-through rate, which is absolutely wild. Clearly, we're right in front of the right audience and we're using the exact messaging that these people want to see, because 7% of every single person that saw this ad clicked on it. Like, that's an insane metric. And honestly, I see unique CTRs going up more with image ads compared to video ads. And if you know anything about my authority flywheel funnel, I would much rather drive more people to a landing page view where we can retarget them with a strategic content remarketing strategy. But I'm not going to get into that right now because that's in a video for another time. Now, the second style that I mentioned before was the direct response viral video ad. And the concept is simple. What we're going to do is we're going to go on TikTok, we're going to go on Instagram or any of these shorts platforms. We're going to try to find a video that has went viral in the niche or industry that we're running ads to. So if we take a look at my screen, the example here is real estate. And what I did is I went on TikTok and I found a luxury real estate home tour that got millions of views. I downloaded that video. I then go into 11 Labs. I put together an audio that I can stitch together, and then we put captions on it. And then finally, we throw an offer at the top. So I'll play it just so you guys can get an idea of how this works.
Are you a realtor looking to close an extra 3 to 5 homes per month on a complete performance-based offer? If so, my team and I will work with you one-on-one to generate, filter, and qualify homeowners looking to sell their home, and do it on a complete performance-based model, meaning if you don't see results, you simply won't pay. So if an extra 3 to 5 closings per month on a performance-based model sounds at all interesting, hit the learn more button below.
And boom, just like that. I took a video that I knew went viral online. I took it, I slapped an offer on it, and then I ran it as an ad. And the third type of ad that I recommend you try testing is going to be the direct response talking head video, which is basically you putting out an offer, recording yourself, and running it as an ad. Now, what I'm about to show you is an ad that I ran for my agency way back when I first got started. And yes, it is a long time ago. As you can see, my head is bald. I now have some crazy hair on top of my head. But what I really want you to pay attention to is the hook and the rehook, as well as the rest of the body, because this literally made me over $500,000 just by running this ad. It was absolutely wild, especially starting an online business with no previous online business experience at all. Are you a pool contractor looking to sell an extra 150 to 300K next month without doing any of the work? Now, I know you might be thinking, who is this kid and what the does he know about my industry? Keep things short, I'm literally just like you. I was in the trenches digging with mini excavators, floating pool equipment around, installing pools, and literally everything else in between. My company now installs projects ranging from 150 to 350K that look like this, this, and this. This exact system is how Alex went from making 685K to $1.89 million in 1 year with only one crew. If you're looking to attract high-paying clients that are worth your time, then I literally have the solution for you. So like I said, if you want to make an extra 150 to 300K next month, hit that button down below and let's schedule a call. Now, when analyzing that video, again, a few key things that are very important to mention is number one, make sure you have a good hook and a good offer. Number two, the rehook is equally as important because I know that these people were thinking, yo, who the f is this kid? So I call it out. And then I also slide that into a position of authority. Like, bro, look, I ran a pool construction company that did multi-7 figures. So if you want to scale your company, like, let me do it. I know how to do it. Now, obviously I was in a unique position because I went from making multi-7 figures in my pool company to actually running a pool company agency. So if you don't have that type of authoritative experience, what you can leverage is going to be your shitload of testimonials and case studies. And if you don't have that, then honestly, this channel is not really for you because we're not focusing on beginner-friendly concepts here. So now that we've gone through the 3 formats of ads that I recommend you test, as well as showing you some behind-the-scenes samples into the ads that I've run that actually crush it, I now want to share some of the key takeaways that I've learned through spending all this money on paid ads and testing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of ad creatives. So tip number 1, ads that have a cold-friendly offer with social proof are going to perform the best. You have no idea how many times I've looked into someone's ad account that's running a high-ticket VSL funnel, and all of their messaging is just some bullshit fluff. Like, are you sick of this and you want to do this? And like, there's nothing specific. It's just a bunch of fluff mumbo jumbo. And on top of that, it uses no social proof and no credibility. So again, if you can make a cold-friendly offer and pair it with social proof, that is a winning recipe. Which directly leads me into point number 2. How do you actually create a cold-friendly offer? Well, in order to do this, I've coined a term that I like to call SMART offers. The offer needs to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So again, we want to give them a very specific offer, something that is attainable, because I've seen ads around where people are guaranteeing you 500 agency clients in 90 days, or you don't pay. Like, it's such fucking bullshit, and everyone knows it's bullshit. Then relevant, like if you're going to sell something, try to sell, more money or more projects rather than saying like, I'll get you more leads, or even worse, like I'll get you more link clicks. Like, the earlier you are down the stage, the less attractive it's going to be compared to if you say, we'll get you more revenue, or we'll get you more projects or more clients. The more attractive that offer is going to be. And then time bound, how long is it going to take you to fulfill on this? And once you have your smart friendly offer, this leads me into tip number 3, which is make sure that your ads are the woman in the red dress. And what do I mean by that? Let's say you had 2 women. Woman number 1 over here just whipped out her for you to see. You'd be like, whoa, like what the fuck's going on? Like, it's a bit uncomfortable. And I've seen everything. Unless you're an absolute horn dog, you're just like down with whatever. The chance that you pursue that is probably not going to be as high compared to woman number 2, which conceals herself but shows just enough cleavage to get you interested, to get you looking, to get you imagining, right? Creates that curiosity in you that makes you want to chase compared to just showing everything right out of the gate. Now, your ads should be the exact same. Far too often I see people who are like, step number 1, we're going to to do this. And step number 2, we're going to do that. And step number 3, we're going to do this. And step number 4, it's like, bro, no one gives a shit. Create some curiosity, because curiosity is the greatest human incentive. So if you can hook them, pique their curiosity to understand what the fuck are these guys actually doing to drive these results, your unique link click-through rate, I promise, will go up. And as a result, your overall lead volume and lead to booking ratio, I promise, will increase as well. And then the last thing I want to mention is make sure your ads have a scroll stopping effect. You can do things like, are you point right at the camera and then pull your hand away. It creates just like when someone's scrolling and a finger points at their face, they're like, whoa, what the, stops the scroll. Things like before and after images definitely stop the scroll because they bypass the brain and hit our core central nervous system. I mean, if you've studied anything about the brain, you know that there's 3 parts. There's a neocortex, there's the limbic system, and then there's what's called the reptilian brain. So before and after in heavy contrast actually bypass the top 2 parts of the brain and get the bottom part of the brain to pay attention because there's sharp contrasting imagery, messaging, or whatever it is. And honestly, I've seen people put on ridiculous costumes for ads, which can obviously work. You can try comedic style ads that make people laugh. If you're recording an ad, you can try flicking a Zin can in front of the camera. They'll be like, what the f did I just see? But yeah, get creative. As a marketer, that is your job. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is actually my ads testing framework. And after looking into hundreds and hundreds of ad accounts, honestly, it's absolutely horrendous what I see. So I want to share the standardized way to actually create, launch, and test new Facebook ads. So what we're looking at here is a sample campaign structure where we have the creative test here. And it's important that this is done spending the money at the ad set level. So it's an ABO, meaning you're going to put what, $30, $50, $100 on this ad set and this ad set. The second thing I want to mention is each ad set should get its own ad. So we'll have ad 1001, ad 1002. And then when we go down the actual ad section, we then have different variations of that ad. So let's say this one is a video. We're going to do 1001A, and we're going to test hook A against hook B against hook C to identify which hook actually drives the most attention, engagement, and results. And then if it was an image ad, we would literally have the exact same image, although maybe we would change some of the wording on the image, or test the offer on the image, or test the colors on the image. So again, we're just trying to create micro variations of the exact same ad to see, is there any messaging or colors or offer that stands out one compared to the other. Now, it's important to know is we want to make at least 3 to 5 unique ads every single week. And then in each ad, we're going to have 3 to 5 variations of that ad, effectively giving us anywhere from 9 to 25 unique ad creatives that we can push out and test. And I promise, if you don't do this every single week, your ad fatigue will kick in, your ad performance will go up and then will go down, and you're going to be scrambling because your meetings are shot, your lead gen is shot, and you're going to be like, shit, I need to fix this. So make sure you're doing this weekly. That way you can stabilize account performance as a whole. And again, it's important that we're actually using an ABO on our creative tests because I want Facebook to spend an equal amount of money on all of my ad sets. And the reason being, I want to validate that the messaging actually attracts qualified people and not optimizing for vanity metrics like cost per lead or cost per call. And to show you what I mean, I want to throw you inside of my computer again and take a peek at my software company that specifically was built to measure full funnel attribution and give you clear insights into what ads actually drive the most revenue and not bring the most leads or appointments. And I'll show you exactly why this is important. So as you see, we had 2 ads, ad number 1 and ad number 2. And ad number 2 actually brought us cheaper cost per leads. And because we weren't actually doing opt-ins, it was just a booking form, 100% of both ads booked, meaning that we had 38 booked appointments here and 36 booked appointments here, while this one was bringing appointments at $31 a pop, and this one was $33 cost per appointment. Now, real quick, right out the gate, you see this one has almost a 50% cancellation rate, whereas this one only has 20% of all appointments cancel, which now took the $31.72 cost per appointment and bumped it up to $54, which immediately makes this ad way more expensive compared to this ad. And then when we look at show up rates, you see this one had 100% of the people that booked a call show up, while this one only had 90% of the people who booked a call show up, which again further increases that discrepancy. We're now sitting at $41 to $60. And then when we track back-end metrics like qualified appointments, we can see that only nearly 70% of people who hopped on a call from this ad were qualified, while this one was nearly 80%, and the cost discrepancy further increases. We're at $52.51 cost per qualified appointment, while this one, which was cheaper on the front end, is now sitting at $86.09 cost per qualified appointment. So again, what was once cheaper at $31 compared to $33 ended up on the back end being way more expensive at $86 compared to $52. And this is why I want to do creative testing, so we can validate the messaging and identify which ads actually drive the most results. We're like, cool, this one does, maybe this one doesn't, this one does, and this one doesn't. And once we have that data, what we then do is we duplicate it and we plop it up into our scaling campaign, where here we have our campaign budget optimization, or now it's called Advantage Campaign Budget or some shit like that, where the concept is you are going to be putting your winning ads in this campaign. You're going to be spending what, $500, $1,000, $2,000 a day on this campaign, and letting Meta spend the money as it sees fit on ads that we already know work, because we validated that they attract qualified people into our sales funnel, and we're not just pushing for vanity metrics like cost per lead or cost per appointment, because at the end of the day, that's what rookies do. And this channel is about turning you from a rookie to a pro. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what testing over 21,000 unique ads has taught me, compressed into a tiny little nutshell. There's obviously so much more when it comes to running paid ads though, and doing it profitably and successfully. So if you'd like some one-on-one help with that, feel free to check out the link down below. However, if you would want some more free value, I actually put together a masterclass where I recorded over 2 hours of content showing you everything that I know about running paid ads profitably.